Tonight we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe going off on LeBron James and Gilbert Arenas for the comments they made about the Miami Heat. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification button. Also, comment on this video. Shannon Sharpe went on his podcast with Ocho Cinco and basically brought up the issue with LeBron James and the Miami Heat issue. And what Shannon Sharpe was basically iterating is that, hey, if LeBron didn't go to Miami, he wouldn't be in a situation where he's considered or even thought about as the GOAT. He felt as though him going to Miami, being with Bosh Wade, Pat Riley, and Eric Spoelstra gave him the opportunity to win 2 championships, go to 4 finals. And that is what led to where he is now in 2023, being in a debate with Michael Jordan. And he laid out the foundation that when he went there, to me, LeBron James was in shambles. Even though he was the greatest player on the planet with Kobe Bryant, he was in shambles. And you saw it in the 2011 finals against the Dallas Mavericks. We all saw it. We all saw J.J. Barea, Deshaun Stevenson, and any other bum that was checking LeBron James in that game, in that series, which they were up 2-0, and Dallas came back and won 4 straight. But since he was in the right situation, with Pat Riley, with Spoelstra, with Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, in which Dwayne Wade helped build up his confidence internally so where they could come back the next year and win a championship and relieve LeBron James of all the pressure that he had as being called the king of the chosen one. But see, in LeBron James' mind, he feels as though no matter where he went, he would have been successful. Now that's in past tense because he already has the championships. See, LeBron James is one of these cats who doesn't like anybody to criticize him. He thinks he's above critique. He thinks he should be like Michael Jordan, but he's not. We all saw your failures. We all saw you do great things in 2007 when you went to the finals and lost 4-0. We knew you weren't going to win, but it was a great thing that a young player had did, and we had respect. But then we saw the failures against Boston. Then we saw what happened with Dallas. And Shannon Sharpe was right. He laid it on the line. The only reason why he's not going to be considered really the GOAT is what happened in that Dallas series and what everybody's seen around the world. We saw him being weak mentally, not physically, because physically he's the greatest player of all time. But when we saw him on that court and we saw him have that breakdown, we saw him and we looked at Michael Jordan, who was tough as nails, went out like a man, went out like a G when he lost. And this is what Shannon was trying to tell him as a friend. Now, if he isn't a friend no more with Shannon Sharpe, like Shannon Sharpe said, we had good times together. I agree with Shannon. If this little bit of criticism is going to get on his nerves, then we should be friends. Because when you in sports, it's a certain thing called critique. Everybody gets it. I don't care how good Patrick Mahomes is or Tom Brady, Ali. All of them got critique, good and bad. But that doesn't mean that he's not your friend. Maybe that's what LeBron James needs in his life. Because everywhere he goes, everybody bows to the king. And he just laid it on the table. Sometimes a great coach, great organization, great players can propel you to heights that you never thought you can go to. And that's what happened. They gave him the confidence and the necessary skill. See, LeBron has always had the skills, physicality, but he didn't have it upstairs. That's what he got from the Heat. He got a championship mentality. And that's why he was able to go back to Cleveland, win a championship, then go to LA and win that little back alley championship. But to be disrespectful and to have Gilbert Arenas out here, this clown out here saying, well, if he would have went anywhere, where? Where? That's past tense. Where? Well, he would have went to the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Knicks. He would have went somewhere else, and it may not have happened. Maybe he would have got one. Then there would have never even been a debate with him and Michael Jordan. That's what Shannon was trying to say. And this is what I'm trying to say right now. What's wrong with a little bit of critique? You know, his camp, his boys, they think he's the GOAT. They don't want any critique. This is what happens when you only listening to people that you want to listen to. There will be those in the historical context of basketball who will say LeBron James is the greatest of all time. There will be some who say Michael Jordan. But at least you probably only 2, 3, 4, 5 players on the planet that has ever played where they said you the greatest of all time. Hey, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. That would be enough. You have done more than anybody in your position thought would ever happen. Because they named you the king. You lived up to it. But you may not be the GOAT. And that's what tears into LeBron James. That he is not considered the greatest player of all time, like a Tom Brady. But he has to understand that you don't make the decision. The fans make the decision. The media makes the position. Leave it up to them. Michael Jordan has never said, I'm better than Kareem. Even though a lot of people may think Kareem is the greatest of all time. He doesn't even mention that. He lets the people out there judge for themselves with the eye test. Because men know when other men are great. And we see it in the way they perform, their attitude, their physicality, how much they push to go past the limits. So he should take what Shannon said as a positive. It wasn't a negative. See, LeBron thinks if you bring up anybody but himself, it's a negative. He brought up a positive. Did you think that when Michael got Phil Jackson, that didn't turn around his career? Phil Jackson brought in the triangle offense and for Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Steve Kerr, the rest of the crew, they got better. Michael got better. They went on to win 3 championships. A fundamental change in the organization, a fundamental change in coach's front office can help a player become who he is. And that's what LeBron James failed to understand. It's just not about you individually. It's not about you scoring and getting championships. This is why players don't really want to be with him. Because if they win, it's LeBron. If they lose, it's you. And nobody likes that. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button. Also share this video and leave a comment in the comment section.